homeowners and yung mga those that file a complaint against the members of the existing board. Iba-iba yung nature of cases, sir, nila.
So, right now, can you give us a snapshot? How many cases are pending? How many cases are being filed? How many cases are pending? Itong record namin, this is only for homeowners. For 2025, ang na-file is 224, na-disposed is 250, and then pending, tama ba? 524?
Sir, for 2025, our existing cases right now is 462. And this is for real estate cases. But for HOA, we have 359.
359.
And we have disposed of about 218.
So, ilan na lang po ang pending?
Our target is actually 60% of the total cases that are ripe for decision. And by that, it means, sir, that it is already submitted for decision. Because we cannot really determine the amount of time that will be consumed from the time the complaint is filed and up to that time the case is submitted for decision. So the target of 60% is really based on those that are ripe for decision already. And we have achieved at least the 61% already. Out of the 359, we have close up to 218.
What is the
half of the year at least.
disposition rate ng cases? Meaning how the amount of cases coming in and the amount of cases coming out. Do you measure it that way? Sa judiciary, that's how they measure it. But in your case,
Average disposition rate, sir, from 2022 to 2024, it's actually 74%.
74%.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in other words, in simple terms, 74% of the cases coming in, they dispose within
We try at least.
within a certain period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then in the real estate management, we'll flash the slide. Tama ba? As of 2025, 1,482 cases are pending. Actually, we got this from your office. We asked for updates. Tama ba? Tama ang ano. And the disposition rates for real estate, I'm sure mas mabagal to, no? Kasi mas complicated yung mga real estate 70% rin. Okay. Okay, that's good. Is there a way to, parang NLRC, is there a way to deputize the LGUs? Kausap namin kasi NLRC, di ba mayroon tripartite council for labor cases, industrial cases, and that's to unplug yung NLRC with labor cases. Maybe a concept that you can think of. Kasi yung mga, to be honest, nung mayor ako, marami talagang away ng homeowners.
Yes,
Na
sir.
from informal to, hindi ko nga alam bakit nag-aaway sila para maging presidente. No? I really don't understand. From informal to subdivision, and we try to mediate at our own level. No, mini-mediate namin at our own level. Sometimes I remember there was one time yung City Hall naging COMELEC, and nagkaroon sila ng re-election kasi it was an election issue no?
Yes, sir.
Tandaan ko pa ngayon, sino ba ang bona fide member? Yung mga nagbabayad ba o yung may-ari ng lupa? Naabutan ko lahat to yun No? So is there a way to deputize, let's say, the LGU, just like what NLRC is doing? Para at para hindi na, para ma-clog rin kayo, 'di ba? Yung mga maliliit na cases na ganun.
Yes, sir. However, the law kasi mandates HSAC to adjudicate kasi. It's
All?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
If at all, what we can do is to coordinate with the LGU, ask for the issuance of a resolution of the City Council to help us in terms of execution. And there are times, as you mentioned, election cases. And in election cases, if we can help or we can ask the LGU to assist us in terms of holding election. That's on
Yes.
execution. It can be done po, sir.
Okay.
But on
Kasi-
execution, but not on in terms of adjudication, because that has been...
Ano lang, for mediation lang. Diba? For example, if both parties agrees to hold a re-election and the LGU is the COMELEC or observer, para lang unbiased. Diba? Nagawa namin yun eh. I think a few cases. No?
Well, the option-
mahirap pa, it's not but araw-araw kasi nandun na kami. So araw-araw pumupunta sila. So that was the solution that we
Yeah.
proposed.
The option, sir, is always with the with the complainants or the homeowners. No, they have the option to go to the LGU to ask for assistance, and then they have the option also to file in HSAC, and that's where we enter the picture as a quasi adjudicatory body to entertain complaints that may be filed before our regional offices.
Were there an instance where LGUs had any formal parang formal engagement with HSAC in terms of
Execution, sir?
execution or mediation?
Not that I know
Not formal,
of,
no?
not
Not
that
formal. I'm
formal,
just
sir.
pinuntahan kasi kami ng NLRC and Valenzuela kasi we have a very active yung TIPC, Tripartite Industrial Peace Council.
Because you have an industrial industry
Oh
in
yeah,
Valenzuela.
so and they were happy because we basically the TIPC is the one first line of defense
Yes,
to
sir.
prevent mga strikes, prevent industrial conflict.
Yes, sir.
If the TIPC cannot handle it, tsaka umakyat sa NLRC. So I'm thinking of the same model for HSAC since a lot of these homeowners talagang LGU ang pinupuntahan nila eh.
Are very emotional, in fact.
Very, very.
Yes, sir.
I've seen that. I've seen that firsthand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
In fact,
also...
umaabot pa minsan sa patayan.
Yes, sir.
Meron kaming cases na ganun.
It's unfortunate.
3 cases na ganun. Yeah.
Yeah. But the option remains with the complainant, sir, if they will file in HSAC or sometimes in DSUD or in the LGU, at least at the initial stage, the LGU can assist. But if the parties will opt to file in HSAC, it will be through the regional arbitration branches.
So it's something to think about lang, no? So that we can, as much as possible, if we can unclog the HSAC, mas maganda yun.
Yes, sir. But I think it will also need legislation.
Legislation,
Kasi
yeah.
right now, the mandate is really on HSAC.
Okay, yeah, hindi ko nakita yon nung dinidiscuss in law. But I understand that the suit can also adjudicate, tama ba?
Sir,
There's also a power,
the role of HSAC kasi is, the quasi-adjudication role has been granted to HSAC in the creation of 11201. Regulation was granted to DSUD while adjudication was given to HSAC.
election.
It includes election cases as well for HOAS, yes.
Okay. So,
And the first stage of adjudication, sir, is really conciliation. So it's really the mandate of HSAC. From the time conciliation sets in, it's the first stage of adjudication.
how do you define the role of DSUD and HSAC?
When the law 11201 was created, the regulation part was granted to DSUD, and the adjudication part was granted to HSAC.
So kung may mga homeowner disputes, it's really HSAC that
The primary agency, sir, that will
Okay.
be tasked to handle the adjudication.
There was an instance, I think, in Multinational Village, where there's a different decision from HSAC and then a different intervention from DSUD. I think, if I'm not mistaken, here, HSAC disqualified the 2019 board and ordered new elections, but DSUD later reinstated the same officials and allowed them to oversee the 2024 elections.
There was a decision rendered by HSAC, and because we have limited sheriffs to handle the execution, we asked DSUD to assist us in the execution and conduct the election, to oversee the election.
Pero parang in this case, iba yung HSAC removed the board, but DSUD reinstalled the same board that you removed in multinational village.
Unfortunately, sir, I was not
Privy to that.
yes, sir. It
Okay.
happened last year.
Yeah, Secretary.
Yes,
I'm just trying to understand the delineation of responsibility.
Tama po yun. May mga cases na magkaiba yung desisyon ng DSUD sa HSAC. Kaya we're trying to harmonize para magkaintindihan, para isa lang yung basis ng mga desisyon. So we're in the process of hopefully if both DSUD and HSAC will agree, we have to really sit down and start the discussions of the TWG for harmonization. So talagang kailangan, of course, prior to my appointment, marami talagang cases na ganun po, hindi lang yung multinational.
But in the case of multinational, ang pumasok doon is your regulatory powers.
In the
Tama
case
ba?
of multinational, Mr. Chairman, there was a decision from HSAC. That decision was appealed to the Court of Appeals. It was reversed, and that decision of the Court of Appeals was affirmed by the Supreme Court. So, in the exercise of regulatory powers of DSUD, we conducted election in multinational using the final and executory judgment of the Supreme Court. So, there is technically no conflict in the decision between HSAC and DSUD insofar as multinational is concerned, because we did not decide. We just exercise our regulatory powers to once and for all settle the issues concerning the community of the multinational.
Acted on the decision of the Supreme Court in this particular
Yes,
case.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, all right. And one good thing is based on data, 90% ng decisions ng HSAC is
Our
affirmed
affirmance rate, sir, is very high. It's
affirmed by the CA.
96%.
Except for multinational, no? I think yun yung 10%.
Well,
Yung 10% na reverse,
based on
pero
our
90% panalo naman.
Yeah,
Oo.
based on our record, sir, we have a very high affirmance rate.
Oo, that's very good. Itong multinational kasi mayayaman yan eh. No? Kaya pwede i-appeal. Siguro yung mga ISF, pag anong sinabi ng HAC, yun na yun. So, but that's it's good to hear that the 90% are being affirmed
96%.
by 96%.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll go to NHA. Okay. And then okay. Sa NHA, there's a 2.2 billion subsidy, GM, no, na ibibigay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And then you mentioned earlier the 2.2 subsidy will go to
1 billion is for housing for the SC Mandamus, and 1 billion is for calamity housing. Then the 200 million is part of our emergency housing assistance program, wherein we also give financial assistance similar to INSAP, Mr. Chair.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask. No? Anong difference nung ni IDSAP and yung emergency housing program? Kasi dito, which 200 million for emergency housing program, for the emergency housing assistance program, EHAP, which provides immediate housing assistance in the form of cash aid to victims of calamities to facilitate prompt recovery and shelter construction.
Actually, Mr. Chair, it's a similar program wherein we give financial assistance to man-made or natural calamities doon sa mga tinamaan po ng earthquake, bagyo, fire. We also harmonize with the SUD on a similar na po kami wherein we give 10,000 pesos for those partially damaged and 30,000 pesos for those totally damaged houses.
That's why, Mr. Chair, in our wish list kasama yun na we are requesting na yung IDSAP for 2026 sa NHA natin ilagay para ma-consolidate na yung EHAP saka IDSAP.
The move of the department is to put it under NHA.
NHA.
Bakit NHA? Hindi
Mas
PISO?
yung organization nila mas malawak sila nationwide. And nasa charter din nila dun sa bagong charter nila